If you've been looking for some inspiration to get rid of that quarantine weight you might have put on, a new book explains the correlation between physical and spiritual fitness. Running for a Higher Purpose, 8 Steps to Spiritual and Physical Fitness. It's written by Bishop Thomas Paprocki from the Diocese of Springfield, Illinois, who's competed in dozens of marathons. He joins us now. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome. Great to be with you, and thanks for the opportunity to talk about my new book.
Now, Bishop, I hear you've completed 24 marathons. As an avid runner, I know that just doing one is enough to brag about, but 24? What's your motivation?
Well, it's somewhat addictive. I think it's a good addiction in a sense. I ran for years just trying to stay healthy, running a mile, then eventually went up to 3 miles and kept growing. And then one year, I was 43 years old, and I got the sort of the bug, I guess, to try a marathon. I finished the Chicago Marathon when I was 43 years old, and said when I was done, I don't want to ever do that again. But then afterwards, you get a little itchy after a few weeks, and you want to get back out there, and you start competing with yourself, and you say, well, okay, I can do better next time. And so I just kept running it every year, pretty much one a year for about 24, 25 years there.
That's incredible. You're very inspirational to me. I wish I could do that. Now, you talk about how exercise can help spiritual life. I want to read an excerpt from your book. In terms of spiritual motivation to lose weight, the book of Genesis tells us that we are made in the image and likeness of God. If we let ourselves become overweight and obese, we disfigure the image of God in our bodies. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Well, I think that what I'm trying to talk about here is the dignity of the human person. And one of the big points of this book is the relationship between body and soul. You know, the ancient Greeks, they had the sense that the body was sort of like a shell, and when you died, you just cast off the shell and you didn't need it anymore, and you live forever as a spirit. The Christian faith is a very incarnational faith. Jesus became a human being. He suffered and died as a human being, bodily suffering on the cross. He died. And then when he rose from the dead, he didn't just come back as a spirit. He came back it was a bodily resurrection, and that's what we all look forward to as well. So I think a big part of this book is to see how do we respect our bodies and how do we take care of them, recognizing that they are a gift from God.
And you said there's 8 steps to spiritual and physical fitness. Can you tell me them?
Well, yes, I like the alliteration. I use the prefix re, so they're all review, reform, resolve, repeat, renew, relax, reward, and rejoice. And they all kind of build one on the other. So review, you kind of review your situation. And also these steps can be used not just in your physical exercises, but also spiritual. So like review, you look at your condition and say, okay, I'm not in very good shape, or I put on some weight, I want to do something about that. Spiritual review, we call an examination of conscience. And we review the 10 Commandments and the capital sins and see where we need to improve. So that leads to the steps of reforming. You resolve that you're going to make some difference physically or spiritually. You repeat it. You got to keep doing it over and over again. You can't just do it once. And then that renews you. You have to put in some rest stages in there, like we have a Sabbath spiritually, but also physically. You have to let your body recover once in a while. And then that leads to the final 2 steps of reward and rejoice when you are able to reach your goal.
And people that are looking to read more about those steps can get your book. So where can they find it?
Well, they can get it from avemariapress.com, from the publisher there, or I have a personal website. It's called holygoalie.net. I'm also a hockey goalie, and that's my nickname, the Holy Goalie. And you could think of the goalie in the net, holygoalie.net, and you get a signed copy of that, my personal website.
Incredible. Bishop Thomas Paprocki of the Diocese of Springfield, Illinois, thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome. God bless you.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell to get updates to all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.